The other big story we're on for you tonight, weapons bought here in Texas are ending up in the hands of Mexican drug cartels. And let me tell you, it's happening at an alarming volume. We got a recent government report that shows us about 200,000 U.S. guns are smuggled into Mexico every year. And listen closely, of those recovered and traced, which means there's more out there, nearly half have come from Texas. Investigative reporter Brian New tonight with how North Texas is becoming a thriving market for Mexican drug cartels to get their guns.
Fentanyl is a clandestine killer.
As fentanyl deaths rise across the state,
Texans are victimized by Mexican cartels that produce and import it.
Governor Greg Abbott has placed much of the blame on the Mexican drug cartels.
Cartels are terrorists, and it's time that we started treating them that way.
In Washington, Texas politicians have called for the United States to declare war on the cartels.
You know what it really comes down to? It is the United States of America versus the Mexican drug cartels.
But as the drugs head north,
these are military-grade weapons.
Correct.
The weapons that allow the cartels to keep their power are headed in the opposite direction.
This is what we're trying to stop every day, coming out of the DFW area.
So we are in South Arlington in a nice middle-class neighborhood. I mean, this could be one of so many different neighborhoods here in North Texas. And right up here, that's the house. That's the house where inside federal investigators found a massive gun smuggling operation with ties to the Mexican cartel.
No one was more surprised than myself, Brian, on that case, really. Once we got there, I live in that area.
Jeffrey Boschek is the special agent in charge for the ATF's Dallas Field Division.
That was a shock to my system, really, and I think the majority of DFW residents don't realize that this could be going on in their neighborhood.
At the home inside a closet, ATF agents found 150 gun boxes, empty boxes. Investigators say Jose Carlos Rivas, a Mexican citizen, paid more than a half-dozen U.S. residents to buy guns for him. Rivas, who was sentenced to 30 years in prison, then disabled the guns, wrapped them in plastic, and hid them in car tires as he smuggled them to Mexico. Federal agents say this is a common tactic. In the CBS News report, Arming Cartels, a gun smuggler showed how he hid an AR-15 inside the rear seat of a car and a handgun inside the gas tank to get them across the border.
It's a huge problem on both sides, right? I would say it's the ATF's and the Dallas Field Division's #1 priority.
Boschek says when federal law enforcement ramped up gun trafficking efforts in border cities, the cartels started looking north to the DFW area for straw buyers. Straw buyers are people who purchase guns on behalf of someone else. Many of them use social media to connect with sellers. That's how undercover ATF agents caught Daniel La Jolla of Fort Worth. According to court records, La Jolla, who was sentenced to 10 years in prison, admitted to buying a machine gun for the cartel, along with a .50 caliber Barrett rifle.
Stand by!
These rifles are the cartel's gun of choice.
Okay, let's go see what it is.
A former ATF agent showed CBS News why these rifles in the hands of the cartels are so dangerous.
Went through this, armor plating, a body, and another cinder block wall. So through the building, through armor, through a body, and out the other side of the building.
For years, if caught, straw buyers faced soft penalties. But that's now changed.
Today, we say more than enough.
In June of 2022, President Joe Biden signed the bipartisan Safer Communities Act. That made straw purchasing a federal crime with stiff penalties. In the first year of the new law, according to the U.S. Department of Justice, more than 100 people have been charged with illegal firearm trafficking and straw purchasing.
It has been a game changer for ATF. It really has put some teeth into laws that had no teeth before.
The federal government also launched a new initiative last year called Operation Southbound, with the goal of disrupting gun trafficking to Mexico.
Nearly 2,000 firearms were seized from last October to just this past March. That's a more than 65% increase over the same period last year.
But according to the Mexican government, that amount, 2,000 guns, is the amount smuggled into Mexico every single day.
This is the weapon of war down south that we're trying to stop. We don't want them getting on the streets here in America, obviously, but we really don't want them going south either. You know, it's a constant battle.
So Mexican citizens do have the right to bear arms written into Mexico's Constitution, but there's only one gun store in the entire country. And if you go, you have to present 6 forms of identification, including proof of employment, and have a clean criminal record. So, Nicole, for the cartel, it is just so much easier to get the guns from here in the United States.
I was going to say, I don't even think many people knew that about the stipulation. But I want to ask this question because to some extent we know that the U.S. government knows this is a problem. The Mexican government knows this is a problem.
Absolutely.
U.S. getting any help from the Mexican officials on this, or are they on their own?
They are. U.S. officials have credited the Mexican government with help in several recent cases. And then in July, the two countries announced a plan to increase firearm tracing with guns that they seized from the cartels. I'm
glad to hear that because we talked about this earlier. It is a scary issue to see how powerful these weapons are. So,
yeah. And many of them are just they're
right here.
Yeah, being trafficked right in our neighborhoods.
Thank you, Brian, so much for digging on this one. If you've got a question or a tip for Brian, remember you can reach him anytime. Just email him at iteam@ktvt.com or call the number right there on your screen. Brian, we thank you again for that.